I enjoyed the book Exit West by Mohsin Hamid for many reasons. I really love the character of Nadia, just because I love how independent she is and how well her character was developed throughout the book. Her character arc is just, mwah, it's immaculate. I love it. The flavor, immaculate. Gordon Ramsay would be proud. Anyways, I know this isn't one of my main points. I just thought I'd put it out there, especially since I am doing a painting of Nadia, and how I kind of interpreted her in my brain while I was reading the book. For me, one of the main reasons I really enjoy this book is it has very good women loving women representation. There are a lot of really bad examples of this. If you think about the TV show The 100, on one of the episodes, a character comes out as lesbian and then immediately dies right afterwards, you know? It's kind of like the network was like, I'm just gonna sprinkle in some diversity, and that's gonna be that, and we're not gonna deal with the aftermath. There's the inverse of that, where that's the only character trait they have is being not straight, and that's it. There's also the straight savior trope, where a straight person gets the gay person out of a situation that is important for character development, and they don't get out of their own issues themselves, and they have to rely on a straight person to save the day. You know, it's pretty awful to hear that sort of representation, because it's really not what it's like. It's honestly pretty frustrating. To me, good representation is, it is not the main focus of the character. It is just a side point, and it isn't like something super dramatic. Everyone's like, whoa, you tell me more. Like, I don't like that. There are some quotes that I feel really do a good job of showing this. Like, the first one is, the girl's eyes are teary as she whispers something into Nadia's ear. In this, this is where they're on the island, and Nadia meets the girl with the half-shaved head, and I could kind of see something was going on. I was like, oh, I see what's going on here, The next quote I like is that her watching hit you like a physical force. Nadia felt a thrill being seen by her, and seeing her in return. I also really like how Nadia, was able to come into herself more, really figure out her role, really become comfortable with her sexuality. Yeah. The second reason is Hamid's portrayal of Saeed and Nadia's complicated relationship is beautifully executed. He didn't force them to stay in a mutually toxic relationship, which they felt they needed to stay in because of trauma bonding. For example, the quote, "The end of a couple is like a death, and the notion of death, of temporariness, can remind us of the value of things." Being around another person is so very, very important for our emotional and physical health. It takes a toll on our emotional and physical health, really, if you don't hang around people. When you lose someone you love, you realize how much you miss them, and how much time you could have had, like all the things you did together, and how you can never really get those back. You can see the value of a real relationship, The next quote I really enjoy is, "Saeed wanted to feel for Nadia what he'd always felt for Nadia, and the potential loss of this feeling left him unmoored, adrift in a world where no one could go anywhere but still find nothing." This is an example of Saeed trying very hard to stay in this relationship because of all the trauma they've gone through together. He feels sort of like obligated to. I personally think that he did a very good job of showing that they didn't have to stay together, and that was not the most important thing, The third reason is that not a single word is wasted, and every single word is very important. I have two quotes that show this very well. The first quote is, "A beautiful memory one knows has already commenced to fade." Wow, those are some beautiful words. The idea that a beautiful memory that only you have starts to fade immediately right after you make it. That's heartbreaking, but also so true. And the next quote I have is, "He was aware that alone a person is almost nothing." That quote is also absolutely fantastic, and I really think it's great. So, yeah.